You know what I mean? Nobody was calling these out. We did touch base on actually one of the reasons I feel like this is happening like a month or two ago. So in one of our shows, we started talking about the company from China called Evergrande and how there was a chance they could default on a loan, and if they did, this could be an issue for all of us with crypto. So basically, I don't know if you guys know this and stuff, but like companies and all, they can always sell their debt. So you can sell debt, stuff like that. And it can be lucrative at times. Some of these companies jump in on this stuff big. Well, Evergrande own like real estate and stuff all over the world. And one thing that from what I'm hearing from all the like YouTubers and all, the biggest issue with this right now is that Tether, which as you can see, like anytime we've called out like early coins, even if you go on most exchanges, and especially if you look at a newer token or one that's a little bit harder to get, 90% of the time, the trading pair is going to be with USDT. So they're going to want Tether. And that's going to be everywhere. You're going to see Tether used probably more than almost anything. You'll see almost as much, maybe more pairs with Tether than Bitcoin or Ethereum. Tether's huge, right? So the issue is, so Evergrande ended up defaulting on their loan. And that's a big issue. So as soon as they announced that, that's where this market started coming down. Well, the issue is Tether's already been in trouble before. And originally when Tether came out and a lot of these stablecoins, like the whole thing was it was supposed to be back for every dollar of Tether that they passed out. They were supposed to have $1 of USD sitting in an account. Well, then they found out that wasn't the case. Tether worked their way out of that. Now, the issue is Tether back then did admit, though, to purchasing lots of debt from China. Now, we don't know how much of it is exactly tied to Evergrande, but once this happens with China, all China is going to have a little bit of issue for a little while. This is the biggest company, you know what I mean? Like if our biggest company in the United States dropped on us, you would see this market go down. Well, this is a global thing. And if Tether is back, say Tether owes 30 billion, you know what I mean? Like the thing that we're going to watch out for right now is if we do find out that like Tether would be tied in, here's what you got to watch out for. This market is going down right now. I think tomorrow we should get some kind of announcement a little bit, but what we got to watch for is, because this is like somebody brought this to my attention, and it makes a lot of sense on what Tether might do. So while Tether has liquidity, rather than just cash out and pay that debt and say come up a little short or whatever, or say they have it and just fold, what they could also do is take all their funds that they have right now and pump Bitcoin. They could sit there and buy a lot of Bitcoin, pump it up with full intentions of selling and hitting the market so that they can cash out. So we got to be careful with this. So if like all of a sudden we see this market like super spike very fast, like before what I've been calling, like with the bull runs, that's normal to see. But with a situation like this, we just got to be careful, because the last thing you want to do is try to catch all this before this run hits real fast. Because normally when this market's down and in the reds, especially as low as it is right now, I would be buying up anything and everything. But I want to kind of like time this. And I was telling Jonah, this is like the one time I actually, depending on how this market goes, I might grab some profits off of this thing on the way down, which I would never do. But if this thing would go very fast, very hard, I will take something out. But I'm also looking at it from the other end. Like I said, this thing could pop very fast on us and then they could cash out. And once they start cashing out, you will see that market drop drastically. So be careful the next couple of days, at least like the next week, while all this is going on. They, like I said, Tether's pulled himself out of this before. I'm not saying Tether definitely has some of this debt, but we do know that they're affiliated with China debt. So that could be an issue here. So just keep your eyes on it. If you see NFTs coming out, obviously right now you're catching NFTs at a very cheap price, but just know also if you're selling your NFTs for, say you bought something for, just for an example, like a Cardano, if you spent 100 Cardano on something, you know what I mean? A couple of weeks ago, you were spending, that would have been, what, about $180. Right now, if you sell it for that same thing, don't think you're going to break even because that market's down, it's sitting at like what, $120. So you'd be losing $60. So you just got to just be careful in this market right now. Like I said, this kind of stuff will continually happen. It's not going to stop. I mean, in the whole history, it's not going to stop. We're always going to see crazy dips and all, but just be very, very careful with this kind of stuff. The thing I do like seeing with this is when the big companies are still accumulating Bitcoin. So when I see that definitely eases my mind a little bit. But I don't know also if you guys saw the market, like, I guess it was an hour and a half ago, my brother called me up like going crazy. So CoinMarketCap had a glitch, and it had Bitcoin at, I think like over I think it was like multiple millions or $1 billion. And like basically everybody's portfolio is turned into trillionaires. They ended up, I don't know what the glitch was. They fixed it now, but like every token that was listed was through the roof. But the market cap was supposedly sitting at 0. So it's not like we could cash out or anything. But like I said to my brother, I said, all they're doing is showing us the prices, what's going to be sitting at in like 10, 15 years. But I will keep up on this. This is why, like I said, I haven't been posting a lot. We tried to do a little AMA yesterday. Last Thursday when Jonah wasn't around, I don't know what the hell happened. I tried to do the show. Nobody got on. I don't know if it was on my end or what. I apologize if it was. But you guys aren't missing anything in terms of I personally haven't been accumulating. I have been looking at some NFTs just because the prices are down and they're doing some drops on with especially the land NFTs. They're starting to drop out tokens. I'll get over that. I'll go over that in the show. But yeah, today's just going to be like touch and base. Jonah will hit the techno analysis. But we just got to be careful, at least for like I said, the next couple of days. Let's figure out what's going on over in China. And then hopefully everything get back to normal, and then we will see probably a little bit of a delay now. So before we were thinking this thing might pump up in December and kind of hit its peak, then we might be pushed back like a month or two, something like that. Which is good and bad. You know what I mean? If you're hurting for the cash, you want it to happen as soon as possible. If you're not, it's not a bad time to look at your options. I mean, like I said, I'm not purchasing right this second, but I do have my eyes on a couple, especially when you're talking about a 10 to 20% correction. I mean, that's easy gains when they come back up to those prices. The question is, when is it going to come back up? So in the meantime, I'm holding off. There is a token that we are going to go after tomorrow. At least something me and Jonah are going to. It's gaming token. And then we have like 1 or 2 NFT projects, like I said, and then I have a couple of drops that you guys can check out for. Airdrop season is here. I mean, everything's getting time stamped this month. And then next year, we should start off with lots of airdrops. So I'm going to pass it back over to Jonah, let him hit up the technical side, and then we will go over these coins. We'll go over a couple projects. And like I said, we'll keep it a little bit shorter tonight just because today, tomorrow, just stay with us on Discord. We will post if we see any crazy stuff. We'll throw up like another quick AMA last minute. This stuff isn't scheduled, but we didn't plan on this stuff happening. And we like to keep you guys aware. So don't like freak out if you see something like this. I can show you dips in the past where this happens, but we do got to be mindful of it. We do got to watch it. So I got people that got into the game last week and the week before, and now they're like, man, I'm already down. I wish I would have not bought last week and bought this week. And I mean, honestly, so do I. If you would have told me it's going to be 10 or 20%, I would much rather. Thing is, if you know those kind of answers, you should be a multi-million or billion or trillionaire. Like if you can know when this market's going to dip and when it's going to hit its peaks, and you know the perfect time to buy and sell, please fill me in, because that is the hardest part of this game. And like I said, you can find 90% of the biggest YouTubers, biggest crypto people out there. None of them expected this. All of them have different stories of how this is going to recover. Some are very worried. Others aren't as worried. Me, like I said, I'm kind of to the point with crypto that I just like sit back. I don't day trade, so I don't stress it that much. And like I said, I've seen Bitcoin go from 20 grand down to 3,000. And now you see it's back up to 40, 50,000. I mean, it happens. This is the crypto world. It is not like your traditional market, but you cannot make the kind of money you make in crypto that you can. Like traditional market's slower compared to this. You will get crazy gains, crazy dumps. But in the long run, the good stuff stays going up. But let me kick it over to Jonah and we will go from there. We will touch base on Jade. We're going to touch base on all those. So I'll let you know the issue with Jade and them. That has a lot to do with Tether though. But let me get Jonah to get his part in. And then we'll go back and forth from there.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Pat. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and share my screen with you guys, kind of show you what I'm really kind of highlighting right now inside of this market. Right now, as you guys know, Bitcoin's sitting around that 47, 48K level. And I'm kind of looking at a monthly time frame because anytime someone's like, oh my God, this thing's gonna dump, this, that, and the third, cool. But what's the analysis look like? Obviously, we're seeing some nice price action. This big old wick is starting to give us some nice price action that it wants to go away, right? It wants to continue up. But we also have 16 more days in this month, right? So I'm looking at a monthly time frame right now. Each of these candles are a month. And obviously, it's still looking like we're in a bullish market, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and so on and so on. So I'm looking, before we hit, I would say for us to be worried, to really think that Bitcoin's going to fall below 30, if Bitcoin breaks and closes, meaning that this price, not a wick, I'm talking this body of this candle closes below $44,000, that's when we can start worrying, not really worrying, but maybe start taking profits, right? Now, I know a lot of people are like, okay, we can hold. Yes, that's cool. But you want to take profits, right? The reason being is because you're going to get an 80% dip. You're going to get a 50% dip over a year or 2 year span. At least from what we've seen in the previous time, might not be like that, but we might see this thing go all the way back down to $11,000, $12,000. Who knows, right? Because it hasn't been down to this level in a very long time. And as you guys know, market always comes back. And we've seen a very large, push up the last couple years, right? So understand in the last 2-3 years, understand that if this market does start giving us, I guess you would say options that it was going to continue down, do not be scared to take profit. All right. Don't be scared to take profit. All right. Don't be scared to take profit. Take your profit and just wait. And as soon as you see that 50, 60, 70, 80% retracement, that's when you get back in, right? Take your profit off the board, capitalize off that profit. Market's going to come back down, most likely a better position for you, because I know damn well all of you did not get in no Bitcoin at $12,000, $13,000, right? A lot of us didn't, right? So if Bitcoin starts making moves downwards, that's when we look at other coins, because everything else is going to follow Bitcoin, right? So our Cardano, Ethereum, Chainlink, Polkadot, XRP. Now, XRP is, I feel like that's a little bit different just because they haven't had a bull run, they haven't experienced, but regardless, everything is most likely going to be following Bitcoin. Now, when I say keep an eye out on gaming crypto, that's when you got to be careful, right? Because while Bitcoin loses 20, 30%, you're going to see gaming cryptos losing 50, 60, 70%. I just saw one yesterday that I was looking at that I'm so glad I did not invest in, called Solchix, right? It was on Solana. That thing yesterday was down 78%, 78% in one day, So, just understand, if you don't get in these coins right away, it's okay, right? You might have an opportunity, especially right now when market is down. You might not have to buy right away, right? You might not have to buy right away. But if you can get an IDO and you're out of the country, out of the US, definitely do that. That's where you're going to get your gains. If you have an opportunity to get an ICO, IDO, whatever it's called, get it. All right, get that stuff. But that's really it. That's all analysis I want to do. I don't want to do anything else but Bitcoin, because everything else is going to follow Bitcoin. Just understand, if Bitcoin ends up breaking this $43,000 level, I'm talking closes in this month, I think that's when we can start looking to start taking profits. I think that's when we will start seeing some downwards movement, in my opinion, right? That's just what I'm predicting. We do have 2 more weeks just about. Market structure is looking nice for buys. Market just looking good for buys, in my opinion. But I'm not a financial advisor, and I can't tell you exactly the best pinpoint, price action that this is the one that we're going to buy. I'm just going to say, like, if you want to and you feel safe with it, accumulate some more Bitcoin. That's up to you. Accumulate more. Cost average. If you were buying at higher prices, cost average it. That's up to you. Don't throw all your eggs in one basket. But me personally, me and Pat, we're going to be sitting on our hands on a lot of these top coins, especially Bitcoin, especially Ethereum, especially Cardano, especially, just the top, say 10, 15, 20 coins, maybe even gaming cryptos. We just got to be a little bit careful. We're not going to go in as much because we're going to throw in a little bit if that's a coin that we like. And then if it drops a little bit more, we cost average it. All right. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing. We're going to be patient. Don't throw all your eggs in one basket. If you have $1,000 to invest, throw a couple hundred in, wait. If it drops a little bit more, invest more, cost average it. All right. That's the best thing that I think you could do. And we'll give you guys updates as we're going along, kind of give you guys, an understanding of what we're going to be doing if price goes extremely low, or, like he said, if Bitcoin starts pumping up, if we see back up, if we see a spike all the way to 70,000, that's a good time to start taking profit, guys. That's a really good time to start taking profit, at least on your top 10, top 20 coins. And then everything else is going to follow a week or 2 weeks prior or after that. You're going to start seeing gaming crypto just pumping. All right. And you're going to see if you see Bitcoin pump really hard, these gaming cryptos, you're going to see 400, 500, 600, 700, 1,000% returns in matter of days. And I'm talking, it happens quick, guys. It happens quick. It happened to us with Blocktopia. We bought in at 0.005, went up to 17 cents in 5 days. Crazy gains, guys. Crazy gains. So with that being said, I'm going to pass this back to Pat. Where'd you want to go from this, Pat?
I was just looking at my Instagram. So yeah, there's coin market cap prices. Ethereum was sitting at 45 billion. Binance, they had at 7 billion. They had a Ripple sitting at 21 million. Like everybody was rich on that last pump. All right, so look, we hit some negative news. Check this out. All you gotta do is just check the headlines and stuff. You'll also know that this shit, I don't care how long this might be a setback. It's not going anywhere. I don't know if you guys just saw the big play that Nike made this week. I mean, Nike took one of the top NFT projects and just acquired them. All right. So they just came out. There's NFTs that just came out the other week. We talked about them. They came out at 3 Ethereum. So it was expensive. I didn't even go after them. They were $12,000 when they came out. And that was the floor price when it started. As soon as Nike announced, now they're sitting at like a 5 or 6 Ethereum floor. So it was a double up. People made 10 grand, like as soon as this announcement was made. So I was just trying to read those things. So yeah, we got, look, Nike's in, Adidas is in. I mean, every major player is getting in these. And it's not going to end. I mean, it's just more and more and more. So like I said, anything we see like this, like, yeah, it's obviously affecting the money part when we can buy, sell, that kind of stuff. But in terms of where people say like this shit's a bubble, it's not going nowhere. I mean, you can't have the biggest companies in the world putting their money in this thing, thinking this is going to go anywhere. They'll make it work. You know what I mean? Like Amazon, everybody is getting in this. It's like we said from day one, when Amazon and when they were all denying it, come on, man, just read between the lines. They're not in that game to lose money. They want to stay on top. They have no choice but to get into this. I mean, it just makes sense. Blockchain technology it's the future. It keeps everything in track and it simplifies life. But all right, so look, let me double check some of these chats real quick.
I remember someone asking about Jade Protocol.
All right, so look.
Protocol, all I know is, as of right now, at least from what I understand, they have decreased their APY because of the longevity behind having high APYs. I mean, still it's extremely high, like 11 million% APY. That's just crazy. Like,
yeah, You
And
wanted to see it come down. That's healthy.
yeah, that's healthy. That's healthy. And price needs to not just go straight up. It needs to retrace. It needs to have the healthy price action, everything. So I think we're good on that, especially during the bear market. I'm personally, I was talking to Pat. We were talking the other day, like we're probably gonna hold this long term. I mean, we started with 3 and we're already at 4.5, almost 5 Jade. You know what I mean? And that's in less than 2 weeks. So we've gained 1.5 Jade over the last couple days, I'm about to say a week or so, So, I would say with your high APYs or any type of staking, I think it's good to at least maybe hold a little bit of that, especially if you don't need it. If it's money that you don't need, I think that's a good idea to hold your high APYs if you guys have any high, APY interest protocols or DAOs or whatever it is, hold them, allow that to make money long term. Wait 3-4 months, that could be tens and thousands, hundreds of thousands, depending on where price is. But Pat, what was your intake on Jade Protocol?
So any of these forks that are coming off of Olympic, which all the ones that we've been called, all these high stakes, so Jade, Wonderland, Clima, they all are forks. They all came off the same token. Anytime you try to buy these, once again, like I told you, you have to buy it with USDT, Tether. So this is going to be another reason, so if Tether does have an issue, all right, you're going to see tokens like this drop the fastest. One of the main reasons is if it's the only trading pair, how the hell do you get out of it if there's an issue with Tether? You know what I'm saying? So like right now, if you're sitting on Jade, you're sitting on climbing them, and they're not on your simple regular exchanges and they're just on these swaps. And if their only pair is USDT, well, if something goes down with USDT, there's going to be no liquidity to get out. So this is why we got to be real careful with this. All right. So
It was BNB.
these platforms will go down the quickest, and anything where the only pairs are Tether, they're the ones you're going to want to watch for, especially like when you're thinking about your cash out strategy. If something would happen, keep that in mind. Like you almost want to have a list of which tokens of yours are paired up with USDT. All right.
I think we're good on Jade, Pat, because it's
Binance.
BNB.
Yeah, but I'm just saying in general, like even the ones we're going after tomorrow, it's going to be USDT. In the beginning, when these tokens come out, anything that you have paired tied to USDT, be careful. Just keep an eye on it, and just know that's going to be probably one of the first ones you're going to need to maybe get out of. Okay. I haven't gotten out of anything, like you said. Our goal is to hold right through this. Hopefully, you know what I mean? Even if this sits as a bear market for another month or something, if you're in these high interest rates, I mean, right now this market or Jade's way down. It's at, like you said, it's only at 11 million% APY, which is a joke. I mean, those numbers are astronomical. It's not sitting in the billions. It's still sitting in the millions. You're still getting 17% return every 5 days. Them numbers are ridiculous. All right. So if you're in these, I mean, obviously we don't need to see this thing keep going down, but I think that's the biggest reason they are going down is because, like I said, with this market, everybody's scared. The DAOs will go the quickest. And because, I mean, they're already the highest risk. You got to think about this. We told you from day one, you get in these, they're high risk. They're going to be the ones people are going to pull, especially if they've already been in for like a month or two. And like he said, like these things, you're doubling, tripling up very fast. So these are ones that that's why I told you, like with these, you only got to get in for like 2 weeks and you're almost back to what you put in. So like the ultimate goal would be to do that, pull your profits out, or at least what your initial startup money is. And then worst case, if it tanks to zero, you don't really lose anything. You got your initial money back out. But just keep an eye on it. Like I said, I'm hoping it is showing a little bit more green for today. Jade is down. But they're all down. I mean, as I'm looking at Clima, I think was the strongest hold so far. But that's even down. That's down. It's still sitting at like 400. Clima's been the best one so far out of the ones we've talked about. Wonderland got hit pretty hard. Jade got hit kind of hard, but Jade, I mean, when people hear about a billion or multiple 100 million APY, they're going to jump on it. I mean, there's plenty of people that will throw $100,000 at something like that, and if they lost it tomorrow, they wouldn't blink an eye. So they're going to take risks like that. Just, you got to be mindful of it and keep an eye on this market when it's like this. So Jade's going to be one that we're going to keep. Like I said, we're just going to keep rolling. Only thing, like, I'm looking to, like I told Jordan, if I'm going to liquidate if this market's going to crash, I'm still probably not going to dump any Bitcoin, any Ethereum, any of my main top 20, top 50 tokens. I'm going to go with my longer shots that I've been hitting. They'd be probably the first ones I would get rid of, just because they're gonna, in my opinion, the newer stuff will get hit the hardest, just because they're not gonna have all the backing behind it. So in my vision, the way I'd see it is, if the market dropped, I'm gonna sell some of my longer, like anything, say let's ranked 500 in the ranking is down. I might cash out on something like that, just because I would figure they're going to get hit so hard that I'll be able to even grab more once they hit that bottom part. But as of now, nothing's been sold. And hopefully this was just a little glitch, just some bad FUD. Thing is, it's definitely true stuff, but hopefully it doesn't affect us too much. I mean, we're talking like 30 billion, which is a lot, but when you're looking at $1 trillion market cap, you never know. I mean, people get scared when they see them reds. People get scared. Some get excited, some get scared. This one, like I said from the beginning, I was a little bit nervous yesterday. I'm feeling a lot better today. But I'm prepared for this. I mean, like I said, this isn't going to scare me away. I'm in this for the long run. I like my portfolio. I'm going to keep it that way. And with these dips, like I said, I'm going to try to add to them. But this is the first one that the first week I haven't bought. All right, so let's get into tokens for tomorrow just real quick. So even the token we're going to talk about tomorrow, we got to be careful, because if this token comes out and then there's bad news, this token will probably go down. But it's a gaming token, so more than likely, and it's big. So the one we're going to talk about is going to be called SIDUS, SIDUS. So SIDUS, if you guys have been watching this for a while, you've definitely heard us talk about this, especially anybody that's been in with Blocktopia project. So Blocktopia, this is one of the first ones that they've actually like partnered with for their initial release. So anybody that got in on Blocktopia, they had a chance to be like guaranteed a price when like the early come out price with this. The other way that they're going to do it, because we weren't qualified, would be they're going to drop this tomorrow on Gate.io. So it's coming out tomorrow at, what's it, 10:15, Jonah?
Yeah, 10:15 a.m.
10:15. There's going to be, let me pull up my screen real quick. We're going to have 2 tokens that you can go after for this. It's the same way as when we had our kart racing league. You had like the governance token and you had the in-game token. This one's going to be the same way. So we're going to go SIDUS. So as you can see, I had 2. I believe. Okay, so this is going to be the gaming token, SIDUS. It will be, if you can get it at this price, it's going to be 0018. So, I mean, as you can see, that's what, 20th of a penny. So for every, you're going to get what, 500 of them, I want to say, for every dollar, pretty much. If you can get it at that price. So this one is coming out at 0.0018. The other token, which would be like the actual, like the governance style token, is coming out at 18 cents. So this is what your target price would be. So if you get the chance, if you're on here, so to get these, usually gaming tokens usually just pop right off, go straight up. With the environment we're in, who knows how this will react tomorrow. That being said, it is going to be super hard to get this at 18 cents. I know it might be millions. I know if not, it's like tens, if not hundreds of thousands. So way Blocktopia did, they did a pool where you had to basically stake anywhere between 125,000 block tokens all the way up to like 1 million to be qualified for this drop, and they sold that out in a matter of seconds. So there's a lot of people going after this. So this is the one, it's the only token that we've seen that's like coming out that we have been waiting for, SIDUS. The only thing is the timing. So I don't know how well this will do tomorrow. This is going to be on Gate.io. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be another USDT. So you will have to get some Tether over here for this one. Let me see if they have their countdown clock. And this is how this works. So as you can see, this clock will go down, and when it hits that 0, this thing will go live. So I goofed the first time I did this, and I'm so used to, I'm not like a regular, like I said, a trader in terms of stock, all that. This doesn't have what we call like market price, where you can just click the button, buy, and it takes care of the price. Whatever the price is at that second, it lets you purchase it at. This doesn't do that. So what you're going to want to do is there's going to be sale orders on the side. If you take that very bottom one, the cheapest price, that's going to be the hardest one to get. If you go up a little bit where they're going to, so say one's being listed at 0.18, like 18 cents, rather than click it like the 18 cents one, you might want to try to go the 18.5 or the 0.19 cents one. Like I said, this is something that I'm going to try. My last time, like I said, I did get shut out. I ended up losing because I tried to catch it at the bottom. And by the time I canceled that order and went in again, I ended up putting on a lot more money. And I ended up losing a little bit out of it. Like not losing money, but I lost. I would have had a lot more tokens if I would have went and just bumped it up a little bit in the beginning. So it's going to be a lot easier to go off of these live orders that people are actually selling. So you'll see these things fill up right away as soon as this thing starts going, and that's going to be all your volume, and that's where you're going to want to check that. But this is going to be your site, Gate.io. Like I said, they're going to be coming for the main token is going to be 18 cents. The in-game tokens 0.0018. So you're going to also have to decide which token you want to go after. You have SIDUS and you have Senate. Your choice, which one. That was also the beauty of anyone that got in with the Blocktopia one. They basically split it even. So if you put in $200, you were getting 100 of this one, 100 of that one, and they were guaranteeing you it at them prices. So that's the advantage of getting into early stuff. That had a KYC, so we couldn't get in that one. And also, like I said, you had to have minimum 125,000 tokens to have staked if you were even picked to stake them. So it was a little bit of a tricky one, but it's nice to see that they have those. So this is going to be the gaming token. The game looks cool. Have your tether ready. And this is one, like I said, it's normally I would say definitely go after this 100%, but the way the market is, you might want to watch this for a second. The problem is you wait too long, this thing could go up to 35, 50 cents, $1, who knows? But like Jonah said, we definitely weren't the soul chicks. We weren't planning on that taking the correction it took. And I think a big part of that is just the market situation right now. So just be leery when you get in these. Normally, like I said, this would be like almost a no-brainer. The way the market is, it's 50-50. So I'm gonna personally, I will have like funds there waiting for it, but I am not gonna just like click out the gate for this one. I'm gonna wait a second. And worst case, I'm gonna purchase at like that 20-21 cent mark, hopefully. I'm not stressing out of catching it right at that 18 cents, but I am going to hold a second, because if it comes out and that thing goes down a little, you know what I mean, you're gonna be able to get a lot more out of it. So I mean, that's gonna normally, like I said, I would jump right away to start clicking, but with the market, I'm gonna wait a second, be a little bit patient. I'm not telling you guys to do that. Like I said, this is just, I'm just letting you know how I'm looking at this, just because this is a little bit of a twist in the game. But no, that's the only gaming token I want to go over. Journey, did you have anything you want to talk about this token wise?
No, I just wanted to, I guess I can go ahead and show that little trailer real quick. It's like a minute long, so I can go ahead and play that for you guys real quick. Pretty short, so might as well real quick. Give me 2 seconds.
And then while he's pulling that up, if you guys have Pavia. Anybody has Pavia land, keep that. I don't think it can be listed. On the 17th, they're doing a snapshot, and Pavia is going to be the metaverse. They're going to come out with their tokens. And you get a free airdrop if you have that land, and it is not listed on the 17th. So make sure if you have that land, just delist it at least for those couple days till you get those land tokens. So we're going to get a free airdrop on that one. And if anyone I don't think anyone here does, but if anyone has NFT Worlds, I know I'm sitting on that one. They're also doing an in-game token drop. They're dropping I think I'm getting 35,000 tokens from them for free. So the land is going to start. Any land that doesn't have tokens, they will be coming. So keep your land if you have it, unless you get a good sale price. But let me let Journey let this go. All right, go ahead.
But
A fight? Let's fight. Power. Space. Adventure. Danger. Nature. Resources. Live. SIDUS heroes.
yeah, that game definitely looks fire. Not gonna cap. That game looks fire. That game looks fire. That might be right next to Illuvium right there. That was pretty cool. So yeah, that is the coin that we're going for. SIDUS Heroes is the game they're going to be coming out with. They've been developing for a while. Me and Pat actually have been watching this one for a little bit. Now, last thing we want to show you guys is going to be the new marketplace, right? Because I told you guys we had a new marketplace we're looking at. I actually tried it out. I just bought something really, really cheap just to see how it worked. And it's extremely fast. So you guys know, on cnft.io, they came out, actually today and said they're going to have smart contracts. But we found another one that is smart contracts, no limits. There's no, when you put it up on the market and you go to buy someone's NFT and they don't send you the NFT within the 24 hours, you don't get it, right? No more of that shit, right? We're not doing that no more. We switched over. We said, nah, we've been talking about it. We've been trying to find, a marketplace that will allow us to just buy it right away, just like Ethereum, just like Solana, just like, Ethereum with OpenSeas, Solana and Magic Eden with Solana. As soon as you put it up, your NFT is going to be taken if you sell it. If you put it up on the market, someone buys it, they're taking it. No questions asked. You don't have to send it to them. As soon as they buy it, it's theirs, right? That's how it should be. And that's what smart contracts are for. So we found a new marketplace, and I'll go ahead and show you guys real quick. It's called jpeg.store, right? jpeg.store. Go ahead and exit out that right quick, close some of my stuff. jpeg.store, right? So this one, we've been talking about it. We've told everyone start getting NAMI wallets. We've been telling everyone to do that. So if you don't have a NAMI wallet, you're going to have to download NAMI, NAMI wallet right on your Google browser. You can make it an extension. You can add your funds right from Coinbase or from your Yoroi, whichever one. But in order to purchase anything on this or sell anything on this, you will have to have your NFTs and or your Cardano on a NAMI wallet and connected. Now, as well, real quick, right? When you are on your NAMI wallet, right? And you are coming to this and you connect your wallet, it's going to make you delegate, right? Or sorry, it's going to make you put up a collateral. You will have to have at least 5 ADA in your wallet to put up for collateral, right? So I put up 5 ADA, which is about $7 maybe, right? And you put it up for collateral. And when you put up your assets for collateral, basically you're telling NAMI with jpeg.store that you are willing to work with these smart contracts, right? So that's what the 5 ADA is there for. That's all it is. You're not paying for anything. You're just paying basically use the smart contract. So when you sell it and you go and buy, let's just say I wanted to go to Clay Nation and I wanted to go pay, you know, $10.99 for this guy right here. As soon as I hit buy and I interact with the smart contract and I approve and I have enough funds in my wallet, as soon as I click buy, that NFT is mine, right? I don't have to wait for them to send it. I'm getting that NFT as soon as I click buy, right? Now, CNFT has done something like that. If you guys go look, when you go to sell something, let's just say I wanted to go sell one of my assets. Let's just say I want to sell my Lioness. It's going to give you an option, fixed price, timed auction, and smart contracts. If you use smart contracts, in order for you to use the smart contract, you have to have the NAMI wallet. So in order for someone to purchase it right away, or for you to purchase it right away, you will see a little, you'll see a little lightning bolt on that NFT, and that'll tell you that you will have to purchase it with NAMI because NAMI has the smart contracts on the Cardano network. All right. So with that understanding, just to rephrase, you can do this on CNFT, right? You can do this on CNFT, but there's a limit of 500 maximum ADA. So if you have an NFT that you want to sell for 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 ADA, go over to jpeg.store and do that, right? CNFT is more used. It's been used. It's been around longer, yes, but just looking at statistics, this shows everything. I like how it is. Let's just say we wanted to go to this project. It gives you the items, the owners, the floor, the volume. It low-key kind of looks like OpenSea. It's like it reminds me of OpenSea a little bit. It gives you their website, Twitter, and Discord. And it also gives you the activity. Like this is literally just like OpenSea. It literally just looks like OpenSea. I hope they don't have any problems with, you know, copyright or anything like that. But this is literally OpenSea just in Cardano, right? And it'll give you the most recent sales. It'll tell you how much, you know, the wallet addresses, how long ago, and, you know, just stuff like that. So I think, in my opinion, this is way better than CNFT, where CNFT doesn't have all the activity. You know, it has, you know, if you go to a project, let's just say we go to Pavia, and you guys can see the difference compared to, you know, each marketplace. It doesn't give you the activity, right? But again, if you want to purchase it right away, you don't want to have to wait for someone else to send it, you'll see lightning bolts on CNFT, right? You'll see lightning bolts. That means that you will have to use NAMI wallet. You have to have the funds in NAMI wallet. And same thing with selling. If you want to sell it right away, you want someone to purchase it right away, and you get the funds right away as soon as they purchase it, you have to have that asset in your NAMI wallet. And you can send that asset from Yoroi to your NAMI wallet if need be. And that's what I did for a couple of my assets, just to have them over there. I didn't move. If you have Pavia, don't move it over because they're going to snapshot it. So just make sure it's in your wallet and keep it in the same wallet that it was there. So we can put all of our NFTs on this marketplace instead. Yes, but you have to have NAMI wallet. And whenever you create a new wallet, you guys know, we've said it over and over, you'll have like a 12 to 14, maybe 16, maybe 24 word phrase. Write that word phrase down. Don't screenshot it. Don't take a picture. If you screenshot it and you take a picture and someone hacks you, they're going to take your funds. All right. Don't do that. Put it in a notebook and a physical piece of paper. I have a whole notebook full of passwords, emails, you know, word phrases, you know, everything, literally everything I have in one notebook. All right. So that's really it for what we wanted to talk about with you guys.